All right, baby, we live. Let me get this TikTok going right here too. I got the double camera set up. This is cool. All right. Um, we're gonna do whiskey and research. Why not? Same thing. Sorry, y'all, just bear with me. I'm doing two little live streams here. I just felt like I wanted uh, to just start reading again and start doing. I still have so many places I need to go. Shoot, let me get this this TikTok thing going. I'm sorry. What's happening, Rattlesnake Dre, my boy? All right. Okay, we should be live on here too. Yeah, we got both. We got a TikTok, we got a YouTube, we got all kind of stuff going on right now. Welcome everybody. We doing whiskey, we doing research, we doing all of it. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be very educational. We are gonna be talking about all kind of aspects in Louisiana, all Louisiana history type stuff. I'm probably gonna live for maybe an hour or so, and I got a bunch of questions that was submitted to me by people on TikTok, and people sliding in my DMs on Instagram. Also, a couple of emails there's more stories in the emails than there are questions. So whichever y'all, I don't know why y'all prefer just to tell stories in there. Giving them likes, baby. Welcome. TikTok blowing up. Welcome. Gotta keep liking that. Hey, I'm not gonna tell y'all not to stop liking. Y'all keep liking that. Love it. So yeah, it's pretty much what we doing here. I got me some whiskey. Do you have whiskey? Do you have beer? What do you got? I want to know what y'all drinking tonight, if y'all drinking at all. We telling stories. I'm telling some ghost stories. I'm telling some history stories. I'm gonna read a couple excerpts out of this. This is what I like to call the bad bitch book, because this, ladies and gentlemen, is a bunch of the stories from Storyville, we'll say. So Storyville, y'all know in Louisiana, history was, oh, look at that. I just opened the book and they got the map. So it's like it's behind the French Quarter. It's in red here. That is the red light district. Now, obviously, because of the camera, it's flipped the other way. Y'all keep slamming them likes. Share this live. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. All right, we got James Berg. That's a down to buy last name, bro. James Berg. Beer after a fun fishing trip out the bayou. Right on, bro. You going to Tarpon Rodeo next weekend? Gonna catch some fish out there, that's for sure. Welcome everybody. Welcome Rattlesnake Dre. Quarter million views, yeah, baby. Got the quarter million views. Keep watching all that. Keep telling your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your pa. Tell your cousin from Arkansas. Watch Louisiana Dread. We got all the good stuff here. Order every time I go home. Right on, bro. Right on. Thank you. Thank y'all for the likes. Y'all are killing it. Killing it, baby. Share to share it. Share it, share it. Sharing is caring. Welcome. All right. So, well, first, cheers, everybody. Cheers. Beer, whiskey, tequila, more beer, more tequila, wine, champagne, mimosas, more beer. Love it. Mm. New Iberia, bro. This burnt by Bayou. I didn't say which Bayou. I said on the Bayou. Right on. Jory, what's happening, Captain? Welcome. Get you a beer. Mm. All right. So, um, this book is all about, um, like I said, Storyville. So, Storyville was the red light district in New Orleans. Now, what you have essentially is a shrunken part of the city that was once this big thriving, business district per se, but they made it illegal to prostitute and to hook. So I guess they say by hook or by crook. You just pretty much relegate it to a certain part of the city, and they think the crime's going to go away. But newsflash, it ain't going nowhere. People still want to get laid, so they would just open up these brothels in this 16 block area of the city, and they got all kind of stories because people would go out there, and most of the men, they get robbed or they get killed by some of the ladies out there. It was crazy time, absolute crazy time. But I'm gonna do a whole episode on that tonight. I'm gonna do a lot of research on. It's called the Union. Shit, it was a ship, and it was in the Mississippi River. It hit a bunch of barges and it caught fire, and it started melting the steel beams from the Crescent City connection. And two tugboats came out and they rescued it per se, but they saved about 36 people. 25 people ended up dying, um, including the captain. But it was a wild story that you don't really hear about much. I mean, I didn't hear much about it either. I know that's not really a benchmark for anything, but and just a little shout out too. This is the state. It's obviously flipped backwards for YouTube. TikTok looks fine, but we going all over this motherfucker. Hope y'all don't have any kids out. Y'all heard that. Just tell them I said something else. Sorry. So we gonna be going to Baton Rouge in the next month to shoot Baton Rouge history. That's like right there. And then I'm going back down to Bahia because we got all kind of stories to tell. History of Cutoff, history of Galliana, history of Golden Meta. Rattlesnake Dre, if you're listening, hit me up. I need some aerial footage. We need to get your brother out there with that drone. We need to get you out there with on the ground. It would be a beautiful thing. So I think that is going to be not this weekend coming, but the next. This weekend, we're going to be in New Orleans because this past weekend we did something called the 48-hour film festival. And it was a shit show at first, but it became awesome later on. We pulled everything together. Let's see. We got some. Um, well, we got all kind of people up here. Right on. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we got more beer. Right on. Drink some more beer. Now this is whiskey. Mm. It's called well, Penelope. I like that name, Penelope. Penelope Cruz. Yes, indeed. Be a new Iberia tomorrow. Look at that. You a coon ass you. Yo, come eat at the Pelican if they open. Pelican's good. I don't know. I never ate there. Yo, I love New Iberia, man. Nobody talk shit about New Iberia. I had a good time when I was in New Iberia. They got a lot of history out there. We need to go film out there for sure. Uh Ponchatoula. Right on. History of Delcom. Delcom. All right. Hey, you know what? I got the 21st century right at my fingertips. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Delcom. Because I tell you what, I don't know much about Delcom. Passed through. All right, let's see. It's King of Spain. Always Spain, bro. If nothing else, you can almost guarantee that where you live, if it wasn't the French, it was the Spanish that you got your land grants from. You got to realize that that's pretty much all it was. Oh, y'all keep liking it. Keep liking it. Let's hit 5,000 likes. That'd be tight. That's a good goal. Um, are you from the Bahia? And if so, who are your parents? I ain't telling nobody my mom and dad's name on the live stream, but just know their last name is Crosby. And yes, I'm from the Bayou. I grew up between La Rose, Grand Isle, both of them. So, like I said in the DTP podcast, which y'all need to go watch, um, Brandon and Ross, Jure, and Hillary do amazing work down there with the Bless Your Heart Foundation. Go listen to DTP podcast. They have like Archie Shatz on. They got all kind of people on that show. So go give them a listen. Go follow. Go download all their stuff. I said it on there. Just the story, just growing up in both locations, it was just surreal. I love it, and you don't really appreciate it until you move away for a little while, and you travel and you see the world, you see how other people are. I live in Prairieville, born in Nola, raised in Plaquemine. where Mama was from. Right on. Bless Michelle. Blessed Michelle. Right. Who wanted to see or talk about Delcom? Yes, that's you, Michelle. All right. So Delcom, like I said, guaranteed King of Spain. Yes, it is. It was a gift. Um, I don't know how to pronounce it. Desire. It's spelled like desire, but I guess they say desire. Desire. Delcom was founder of the town of Delcom. 1877. That's a long time, yo. A lot of history. Keep the likes coming, baby. We're gonna keep it going. Every 1,000 likes, I'm gonna take a. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't want to. Y'all gonna get me casade on here. Oh, speaking of, y'all need to give me some good French words that y'all used to say back in the day. I see. I wanna keep the language thing going, but I want to do it like when the occasion happens. Like tonight we getting chockade, blaze, we getting all kind of soulade. So I want it to come naturally. I don't want to kind of force these French word scenarios on it. So if y'all have stories that y'all were doing something and you used a French word and people looked at you funny, send it in. I want to hear all that. Suzanne, thank you. Hey, buddy, the dog's here. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the history of Delcom. There's a lot more to it, but I definitely want to make a video on it. Mm-mm. TikTok, YouTube. We got TikTok at the top. We got YouTube at the bottom. We have Penelope whiskey in the glass. We got all kind of beer people drinking beer. We got all kind of beer drinking people. We got people on live, and yeah. Um, First off, we are going to talk about the ways that when we go down the bayou, we hit La Rose, and we did the video out there that was about pretty much the whole day we were there shooting. It was hot, hot. So we leave um, New Orleans, heading down. I went to see my mama, and then we went across the bayou to Holy Rosary Church because my mom and I live right by the Anacostal. They lived there my whole life, pretty much. So we were able to get everything done in a relatively different way. What? Okay. Relatively easy way. And after we left the church area, by the way, go check out the levee at the Four Corners. And after you leave the Four Corners, go to the Intercoastal Bridge, and you could see the skyscrapers and you see like the Superdome and stuff in New Orleans because it's real close. Like you see the city is right, so it's right underneath here by the lake, and you have La Rose, which is as the Pelican flies about 15 minutes. It ain't far at all. Let's see. His name of postmaster's name was Delcom. Yeah, that's also another thing that you can know just mostly about the small towns in Louisiana. La Rose was the same way because La Rose had their postmaster. His name's La Rosa or La Rose. Then so they would just say send it to La Rose. I mean, y'all saw the video if y'all watched it. If not, go on YouTube, go watch it, go check it out. That's it in its entirety. I'm gonna post some more on TikTok probably tomorrow. Just the other parts of it, but the whole video right now is on YouTube. Y'all go check it out. Hey from Mamu, Cajun Hot Mess Express. Yes, indeed, we're gonna be going to Mamu soon. Keep an eye out for the Louisiana Dreadmobile. Everybody, look out for the Louisiana Dreadmobile. It's just a regular vehicle with Louisiana Dread magnet on the side. Um, we going all over the place. Let's see, 5 minutes from Delcom. Right on, right on. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be a fun time. Anytime we go someplace, I want to stop at the most mom and pop places to eat lunch and to eat supper, and I just kind of you know get all the good stuff. And my thing is, I want to try gumbo in every place. I'm particular. Those who know me, they know I'm particular. It can't have tomatoes in it. If it has tomatoes in it, it's an automatic less than 5. You get 5 points for not putting tomatoes in your gumbo automatically. So I'm looking forward to just traveling all over the place and going to eat places. But then we get to cut off after La Rose, and we're gonna go to Galliana Golden Meadow. And once I get those, combine that with the Leeville video already put out, the Cheyenne video put out, and then the Grand Isle video I put out, which is my personal favorite video that I've ever done because it's Grand Isle right here is near and dear to my heart. It needs to be told in case, God forbid, we don't come up with an idea to save this beautiful oasis in the Gulf. We need to know its history. We need to know what happened, and we never let the legend die. So that is going to complete my Down to Bayou series once I finish with these other three. And hopefully that can help people to know where they come from if they live on the bayou, know their significance, know how cool and important they were and still are today. So that's going to be all kind of cool things happening. We're going to be going to we're going to be coming to your neck in the woods, your neck of the woods. We're going there. Where you live? You live in Mamu. You live in Monroe. You live in Tallulah. You live in Harrisburg. We coming to you. Do you do haunted little towns? Of course, that's the dread, baby. You the Louisiana, we're the dread. We're both, I guess. So we're gonna do all the haunted stories. Excuse me, haunted stories. So if y'all have real good, oh, we got the 2,000 likes. Every 1,000th like, I'll take a shot. How about that? Every 1,000th like, I'm gonna get a shot. You know, you can just keep slamming the thing. You just keep slamming the phone, and it just adds up. Um, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but welcome everybody on not Facebook, YouTube. Whew, it's not even not. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Right on. It's almost my bedtime. But no, we're gonna stay up a little bit later tonight. Um, all kind of stuff going on too. So without further ado, I'm gonna start the research here. Have you ever heard of the story about how Bunky got its name? No, teacher lady, I have not heard that. Limp Bunky. Yeah, I remember reading about Bunky, but I don't remember hearing how it got its name. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bunky is founded as a station terminus for the Texas and Pacific Railroad. The daughter of the landowner, her nickname was Bunky. So that's how it got the name. That's nice. I like that. Hey, you know it's Louisiana when you got the climate is all red. All of it is just bright red. That's how you know you're in Louisiana for sure. All right, let's see. The Union Faith. That's the name of the ship. The Riverwalk disaster. It happened in the 90s. 93, I believe, maybe 90, 86. It's got to be in the 90s. I always heard she had a pet monkey named Bunky. I like that. I hope it's that. I like that. A monkey named Bunky. That's how Bunker got the name. Love it. Did you hear the Three Bridges in Eunice? I have heard of that. I have heard of the tales of the Three Bridges in Eunice. Um, the That's going to be one of the main things we're going to be filming out there. In fact, let me tell you, I'll go give you a rundown of the schedule too. How about that? I'm all over the place on this live stream. I just have no rhyme or reason, no direction where I'm going. I'm just having fun. And we are at 3,000 likes. I got to take another shot. Whew. Whew. Got me. All right. And we're looking at Louisiana Dread locations. That's the thing, it's location, location, location. And we got all kind of places that we have to go to. All right, so first, we say Eunice. Let me do a quick find. Eunice. Yeah. We got the Eunice, Three Bridges at Eunice. There's also the Miller Cemetery in Eunice that has a headless ghost, a headless graveyard ghost. That, I mean, that's pretty unique. I don't think Ichabod Crane is going to be there, but just the whole headless ghost thing is a pretty unique story that you don't really hear often in Louisiana. Um, let's see, Charlene Richard. That's at Church Point, but um, we're gonna be right there in Eunice. Labadeville, my boy Harley's from Labadeville. Stinger Flash 7, welcome. Glad to have you, babies. If y'all have a drink, y'all poured something out, let me know what y'all drinking. YouTube, TikTok. Mm, welcome. Oh, all right. Hey, y'all slam those likes, babies. Right on. Every thousandth one, I'll take a shot just for y'all. Just like it, share it, whatever y'all do. Um, let's see. Three Bridges. Eunice. Hmm. Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to say. The ghost of a headless man is often seen, and people claim that if you drive around that cemetery, Miller Cemetery, at night, you experience car trouble. So, oh, Stinger Flash 7, thank you for the cake. Welcome. Cheers to Stinger Flash 7. We drinking to you, my friend, tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, the Stinger's giving some gifts. Y'all better catch up. The Stinger's getting to be the favorite. The Stinger's the favorite. Let's see. There's all kind of haunted places all over the state. You gotta read all kind of stuff about it. Y'all want to hear ghost stories? Y'all want to hear like history stories? That's something I should ask, right? On like a poll. I'm terrible at this. So Josh Landry, right on, Josh Landry. Thank you. Appreciate that. So again, my boy Josh, my people in YouTube. I want to know what people want to hear more of. Go, all right. We got a ghost story. We got ghost story here. Um, let's see. I used to give ghost tours in the French Quarter a long time ago because I got so annoyed with people bastardizing our culture and saying all kind of outright lies. So I took it upon myself to tell people the truth and to educate them on the actual history of Louisiana and actual ghosts, like the real ghost stories that people would talk about, and then the folklore that people would tell, the stories. So hopefully, I haven't been on one in a while. It's longer videos. My friend Stinger, we making some longer videos. That's something that I forgot to announce and tell people. La Rose is our longest video to date. That was about almost 5 minutes. I'm gonna be making and cut off, and all these other ones are gonna be just as long. And then I'm making some that's gonna be even longer. Uh, the main thing is probably the longest one is this fall. We are developing a Rougarou short film that will be available on our website for people who want to see. We're not giving any royalties to Patreon. We're not giving any royalties to you TikTok or to you YouTube, Facebook, whatever the fuck. I'm not giving any royalties to any of these people. We putting it on our website, on the LouisianaDread.com website. that anybody can go in and they can watch it if they want to. I don't want any of these big corporations to get a dollar. I don't want them to even get a dime of Louisiana money from Louisiana Dread money. We are doing everything um, out our pockets to make a real Rougarou short that tells the history of voodoo and tells the history of the Rougarou um, in the most accurate way that's ever been produced. So, hair club for men. I don't know what that is, bro. I woke up like this, my friend. Maidwood Plantation. Yeah, Maidwood, yo. That is beautiful. And that's still around. If y'all got some time, y'all go to Baia Lafourche. And I'm tired of looking shit up. When I look stuff up, it brings my mind all over the place. I need a producer to come and just, they could Google stuff that whenever my brain gets cloudy. Maywood Plantation was built in early 1800s, but it's on Baia Lafourche. Go check it out. It's uh, across the Baia from Napoleonville, and I'm pretty sure it's privately owned now. You can't. It might be a B and B, but for the most part, they don't give tours or anything like that. If that's what y'all want. And now they do have a little cemetery right there on the road. You could pull over, and they have the little historical marker too. It's kind of dangerous. I'd pull into like the driveway or something like that. Just get off the road. It's about a bad curve, but it's stunning, stunning, beautiful, beautiful. Definitely something you should check out. If you can't get out there, definitely Google it. It's stunning. Um, I'm gonna be given a tour or a driving tour of the just River Road from Baton Rouge to New Orleans on both sides of the Mississippi River to a couple of friends on the June 30th, and I'm sorry, July 30th, and then we're gonna be passing a bunch of these plantations. I want to bring them out to Bayou Lafourche just to see how beautiful the bayou is, and just the environment is stunning. And historical Donaldsonville is gorgeous too. So I'm gonna be doing all that a lot. And during October, we'll give tours in New Orleans, just ghost tours, history tours, whichever people like. Thank y'all for the likes, my people. Y'all are the best. Hanville, home place. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've been there, but I want to go back to make the actual videos. Obviously, when I'd go, I just wouldn't take the videos. I just kind of soak in everything. But now, when I go back with my team, we can be out there and tell the history and show y'all how unique each one of these homes are. Not all of them are plantations, but a lot of them are just old homes where people would live. And it's stunning just the architecture, because you could go through New Orleans and see at least six different architectural styles, sometimes within the same block, which is outright crazy. San Francisco, Garyville, yes, indeed. San Francisco is unique, and it was one of the first places that actually had indoor plumbing, and it was all like gravity induced. It was crazy. It's really cool. That's another place you need to check out. They just sold San Francisco too. I want to say it's privately owned now, which is probably a good thing, instead of these oil companies buying them and then destroying the slave cabins in the back, or the fields, to put this big massive plant that's killing everybody the whole time. But these buildings are gorgeous. Yeah, Marathon. But I thought Marathon sold it, didn't they? Aubrey Waxback. I thought they were in the process of selling it. Evergreen Plantation. That one's more for films like Django. All these like movies that you'll see the plantations on. It's most likely filmed at Evergreen or Oak Alley, honestly. Evergreen's gorgeous too. Um, it's just they also have the two different types of slave cabins. So you'll have the slave cabin that you'll see in like Virginia and things like that. It kind of looks like an African hut. It's on the show Roots. I don't know if you are familiar with that. It's they filmed part of that at Evergreen, but they have the original slave cabins that you'll see in Creole plantations, within like the rows of the trees and stuff like that. So Uh, just two different styles of architecture is pictured there. Just one of them being original, the other one being a recreation just for the films. Laurel Valley, yo, did y'all see what the fuck just happened at Laurel Valley? I think it was a budget truck slammed into that big grain harvester. What was it? The grain derrick, the sugar derrick. That's in that got me so angry. They were just negligent and wrecked into this very historical piece of equipment that they might just have to tear it down. Um, I was like, what the hell's going on? It's in the back. Like you don't that person had to be very messed up or just completely negligent. It was very very sad and enraging. Ashland, yeah, and they also had like Ashland Bell Helene. That place is gorgeous too. I heard they sold it and are going to be moving it. Yeah, I heard that they were going to do that too, but I thought a buyer came in at the last moment and was like, "No, we're going to keep it here." But hey, if you can move that thing without destroying it, that ain't gonna happen. There's gonna be so much messed up in that thing. That's sad. So definitely go see it before it disappears. It's let's see, Roots filmed at Maywood too. Yeah, they did do the remake at Maywood. There was the in fact the last thing we were talking, they filmed the new Will Smith movie, um, Emancipation, I believe they called it. It just finished wrapping. He was down here a couple months ago, but they filmed some at Evergreen. They wanted to go film some at Laura as well. Homa's house, yeah, that's probably has the most beautiful grounds of all the River Road plantations and stuff like that. They have a bar on the grounds. They have the first submarine that was used. I think it was during the Civil War. They have a submarine just on display. My ass wouldn't get in that thing. No chance. I wouldn't get in a submarine today with all the advancements. I'm watching. I don't know if y'all can hear the TV in the background. I'm watching this new thing on Netflix. Uh, the every minute of Pearl Harbor, minute by minute. Yo, that shit's fascinating. I know y'all all know somebody that was in World War II at some point, but that's insane to just go minute by minute. Southdown Plantation. Yeah, they also that's the one in Homa. There's also the Ducros Plantation in Shreva, right outside of Thibodeau, on the way to Homa. That's also pretty. They do a haunted like little thing for Halloween every year, I believe. But yeah, it's gonna take years, that's for sure. Lisa loves horror. Hey, Lisa, I love horror too. They got all kind of horror stories that I was watching on here. I wanted to keep watching them, but I wanted to also switch to history. Yeah, they got the haunted hayride they do out there by the Two Crows. Yeah. Cheers, y'all. Ooh. So, all right, I like Rosedown Plantation, St. Francisville. Yeah, Rosedown. Rosedown is one of those plantations that you kind of. I think you have to look it up to find it. It's not going to be one of the like the top ones to see, but it definitely should be because it's St. Francisville itself is packed with history, and you want to talk about fucking hauntings and plantations. How about you talk all about them in the same one, and that's the Myrtles Plantation. Everybody knows about the Myrtles. It's known as the most haunted place in the United States. And I know everybody's like, no, they got a place that's up north in the northeast, in the north, in the north. No, no. Come down here and see for yourself. Because not only are you going to be haunted, you're going to be hot. And I don't know what's worse out of the two, honestly. We in Louisiana are spoiled with having the most hauntings. Every town on this map has some story somewhere in that town that something horrendous happened, that the ghost is still there and it's haunting the mamas and the papas and the aunts and the uncles and the sisters and the brothers. It's never gonna fail. You go into any of these little towns and they're gonna have a ghost story for you. They're gonna have a ghost story ready for you. Why it happened, they know who that they're kind of related to him. That's my mama's cousin, grandpa's dog's babysitter. So they all know each other, you know. So it's a good time. And everywhere, everywhere from Bastrop to Baton Rouge to Grand Isle to Lake Charles to Sulphur to Shreveport, all the way to St. Bernard and Venice. It's all over the state. And it's unique, every little part of it. That's something, if you ever played Red Dead Redemption, it's a video game. I'm a video game people out there. If you played Red Dead Redemption, you know, oh, we got another 1,000. That means another cheers is coming. Cheers, TikTok, cheers, YouTube, cheers, Louisiana. Cheers, Louisiana Dread. So, Red Dead Redemption, they got it down packed in terms of um, the the scenery that you witness when you come to Louisiana. And then old New Orleans was brilliant, 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 brilliant. Okay, the whiskey's over there. Y'all hold on to your beers. I got the whiskey right here. I need another one. Saint Francisville. That's what we were talking about prior. And to Saint Martinville. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Dottie, Saint Martinville. You're gonna be going up there too. Just a matter of time. So I don't know if I'm even allowed to show myself drinking on this, but hey, we're gonna go for a ride, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the like on YouTube. I appreciate you. R2D2 Online had so much potential in Rockstar abandoning. I read that R2D2, not Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, damn, all these shots are getting me. 337, baby. We doing a 985 down here. Um, I know it did have so much potential, though. I really, really enjoy playing that game. If you haven't done so already, Red Dead Redemption 2 is where it's at. Super Louisiana. In fact, I was told by someone, and they keep convincing me every time to start a Twitch and do Louisiana based content in terms of playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and giving people a tour of New Orleans, showing people where you do all this kind of stuff in the game. We cook better than y'all. I don't know what you must have drinking more than I did. If you think you cook better than we do in a 985, it's Dan, THAN. But we do the best cooking in the world by transit. I mean, so you look at Louisiana. Louisiana is the best food in the world. Sorry, best food in the country. Because I like Italian food. And if you don't like Italian food, what's wrong with you? It's delicious. But guess what? We got Italian food here too, inspired by Louisiana. So that's it, Stinger. The Stinger's got my back. Sting always has my back. 985 represents. But no, I kid. Every place in this state does it right. We do good cooking. You go to North Louisiana, the worst food in North Louisiana is still better than the best food in Arkansas. So everybody can kiss our Louisiana asses. That's all we got to say. We are one state. Yeah, we are different in all parts of it, but we are one state. We are one unified Louisiana. That's what we need to be, because we're going to take over one day, y'all. They're going to realize how unique and important we are. And then by that time, it's going to be too late, because you can't hate from outside the club if you can't get in. And I think once we all realize how much we have in common in this state, that we will truly be a unified state. And I think that would be a beautiful thing. They can't cook in Shreveport. But what if, like, you say that you cook amazing, right? That's what you say. What if you go to Shreveport? The Shreveport still can't cook? Or now they can cook because you there. I think that's the only state with parishes, not counties. That's true, my friend. That's true. Mm-hmm. Who, Penelope? Penelope, you bad to me, girl. Penelope, she gets a little stronger. I feel it's not getting easier going down. Um, that's something. Creole Gal 84. That's something that I've gotten into arguments with people almost on a daily basis when I was giving tours. Is like I would always preach that Louisiana has the best food in the country, right? And there was always somebody from Texas or Kansas City that would say something about barbecue. And you can't say that that state has the best food in the world if you just measure in barbecue, because who gives a fuck, right? They got so many other different kind of cuisines. Louisiana is good because it incorporates that kind of cuisine with world flavors. You're talking French, Spanish, Italian. The thing is, y'all, about the Vietnamese food and Creole Cajun fusions of those cuisine of Vietnamese, it makes a whole different type of food that is unique to this part of the world. You can't have Vietnamese po' boys anywhere in the world. It's just here because it's that fusion of these two cultures. And that's why Louisiana, specifically Louisiana, is superior in the food game and other things, but superior in the food game. It's just true. That's why we're the most obese state, pretty much. And speaking as someone who is, I love it. I love the food. Um, we do everything right. We do it all. It's something that people know as a fact, but there's always going to be that person that's like, no, no. Okay, America has only three cities: New York, San Francisco, and New Orleans. Everywhere else is Cleveland. Yes, indeed. Second line entertainment. You're right about that. You're right. Moab. Yes, Bob Peck, Moab. Um, but yeah, if y'all got some favorite dishes, in fact, Creole Gal 84, what do you like to cook? Because I like to cook spaghetti. That's my favorite thing to cook. It's one of the one dishes that I want to like cook regularly. That my mama taught me how to cook it, and it's just perfect. It's something that I could eat in like a meal prep sense. It's great. Um, but yeah, I want to know what all y'all like cooking. The cooking is different, like in Homa and around Mamu. No, no, because I've eaten it over there too, and it's all the same. It's all good. There's people that's like, no, we're real Cajun, we're real Cajun, we're real Creole. No, it's all the same. It's we're all Creole, we're all one. Louisiana, like you can't say light purple and dark purple or any or they're not purple. They're still purple. It's light blue, dark blue. It's all different shades of the same color that Louisiana cooking is under. It's just all of it is good. It's all of it's great. Just like the people. The people are all different shades. And we're all awesome because we're all one. We're all Louisiana. You have white people, black people, everybody calling Louisiana home. All these food fusions, all these people fusions. It's great. That's why we make it. We're the one of the best states to ever be states. We are. I mean, I'm drinking a little bit too much. I'm starting to go off on tangents now. Y'all getting me figgity. Hmm. So I was keep listening. I keep turning into this World War II documentary. Louisiana is the awesomest. Yes, yes, Dottie is the awesomest. Love it. All one. Yes, indeed, we are all one. And hopefully, once we get some certain politicians out of office, in cities and in the state, we can realize that, and we can all work together to make something that the world has never seen. Not only the country, Louisiana, a unified Louisiana is something that higher powers do not want to happen. That was happening in like the 1910s, 1920s, when Quebec was starting to wanted to gain independence from Canada. And the president at the time looked at the United States and he thought, what state would want to gain independence based on their French ancestry? And that's us. They didn't want us to be together. A united Louisiana is very scary because it's very powerful. We got oil, we got food, we got culture, we got history, we have aggression. I mean, just look at us. What parish am I in? I am in Lafourche Parish. Lafourche. Lafourche, baby. Lafourche Parish. Oh, you know, y'all need to get y'all a friend like Stinger. The Stinger has your back. That's my boy. Sting's my boy. I'm gonna just call you Sting sometimes, just for short, Josh. Mm. We got all kind of content coming out soon, y'all. There is a friend of mine that is he puts on some of the coolest videos that I've seen, all representing Louisiana, specifically New Orleans. And his name is Josh Woods, but he started this series called The Jester, which go on YouTube, go check out The Jester. It's a New Orleans based superhero, and he does some good work. So we're gonna be collaborating with Josh. We're gonna be doing some cool stuff together, and one of those things is the drink series, Louisiana Drinks, and that's something we've been trying to make for a long time. It's just difficult to find a bar that'll let us go in there and film because they don't want us whenever they're busy because then they'll lose money if we end away. Um, I never ate a roast beef po' boy as good as in Houma. Then you haven't been to Harry's. Or the best roast beef po' boy is at Harry's Po' Boys in La Rose or Bridgeside Marina, Grand Isle, Louisiana. No challenges. Don't at me. I'm kidding. You at me. I want to know where y'all favorite po' boys are because I want to eat there. That's another thing, y'all. Everybody in the chats right now, everybody, give me places. Slide in my DMs, send me some recommendations and what to get at these places. Okay, I want to know where to get the gumbo in your town. I want to know where to get the gumbo. I want to know what po' boy I should eat at this location. Mainly the gumbo because I want to try gumbo in every restaurant that there is in Louisiana to try, and I want to do the gumbo reviews on Patreon, so you can do that. And I also love jambalaya, brown jambalaya, not red. So if y'all old time grocery in Lafayette, I heard that was awesome. And a lot of my friends from down the bay that went to UL probably ate there. I haven't eaten there. I definitely want to try it though. Frost Stop in Thibodeau. Oh, RIP. That's a relic. That is an actual historical location that just closed. Did it close or it got wrecked for the hurricane? I don't even remember. Some best food you can get is Cajun Cafe in Labadeville. Tell Amy I sent you. I will definitely check that out. Cajun Cafe. Lafayette, my family has a food truck. Craven Boudin. Everything is good. Okay. Okay. I am Boudin. I am Boudin. I am the Boudin. I love it. That's my favorite Louisiana food is Boudin. When it's done right, obviously. And if you're in Lafayette, your family has a food truck, I know y'all do it perfect. So I definitely will check that out. In fact, when we go up to Lafayette to film, if y'all have a phone number or something or an email, I'm gonna give y'all a call just to see if when y'all are gonna be available, and I want to stop in and get some boudin from myself, my team, my mama, my daddy, and all my friends. I love boudin. Um, there is a good place that um, where was it? It was just perfect. It would just crack when you bite it, which is right when you sink in, your teeth would sink in. I mean, go to Bourgeois Meat Market too in Thibodeau. Bourgeois got some good boudin. Oh, I mean, Big Mike's in Thibodeau has my favorite boudin in Thibodeau. Mm. Yeah, they got some good stuff out there. Honey Island Swamp Monster, yes indeed, Bob. Bob, they got a wild stories about the Honey Island Swamp Monster in there. Parans Uptown. I used to live right by Parans Uptown. I lived on Soniat Street, and that was one of my go-tos. Me and my roommates would just kind of walk, and we'd have all the good food. And they have Zara's. There's um, a little small mom and pop grocery right next to Parans that we would go. Rocky and Carlos. I ate Rocky and Carlos's today. Second line. I ate at that place today. Or was that no today? No, I didn't. Sorry, I ate at the old Araby food store today. I'm gonna go eat there tomorrow. Rocky and Carlos. I liked they had chicken parm out there that was really good, but I forgot what I got at Rocky and Carlos. What you get at Rocky and Carlos? Second line. I want to get that. Whatever you get, because I'm gonna get that tomorrow. Boudin awesome on Salafouche, but not found so much here in Nola. Yeah, that's true. They don't have a lot of places that have good boudin anyway. Um, Copper Vine, believe it or not, there's a place called Copper Vine in New Orleans. It's kind of a bougie place. It's nice. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. But they make gumbo. It's delicious, but they put boudin in the gumbo. I don't know how y'all feel about it. The boudin was kind of soggy after a while, which it wasn't that good to me. It might be good to y'all, might sound good to y'all, whatever, but it just c'est un pas bon avec moi. It was I couldn't do it. Now I ate the gumbo around it, and I just left the soggy boudin in there. But um, c'est ça c'est bon. No way. T Boys and Mamu. All right, I haven't been there. I definitely want to check that out. Thank y'all for the likes too. I appreciate y'all. The likes and the shares. Get more of these Kawans on here to give us some good vibes. Let's go. Dang, we've been on here for 51 minutes already. It's amazing how much you could get done in 51 minutes. Let's see. Roast beef po' boys. Big mac and cheese. Always good. Y'all making me hungry. And it's almost 10 o'clock. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Um, my favorite place personally on the bayou is Double D. Double D has some of the best. It's the best. First of all, best chili dogs I've ever had in my life. If y'all haven't gone to Double D in La Rose, we're making a video about them just to kind of promote their business too, because I love what they do. I used to walk across the bridge in La Rose just so I could go to Double D. Truly, it's a magical place by Lafouche with all this good food. DC's in Eunice has good gumbo. They got tomatoes in it, Cajun hot mess. I feel like the further north they go, especially once you pass Ville Platte, I think that's when they start putting the tomatoes in there. They put them in New Orleans too, and there's so many bad places that have gumbo in New Orleans. Captain Trip, right on the Gulf of Mexico, right on, man. Welcome. Excuse me. Poured out some whiskey just for you, my friend. Thank you for all the hard work you do out there in the Gulf. Mm-mm-mm. Got some whiskey. I don't know if you're working or you're fishing or you're trawling, but whatever you're doing out there, I support it. We need more of it. Let's see. Utah, we just have mashed potatoes and Mexican food. Hey, Mexican food's good, yo. I love Mexican food. New Orleans doesn't have that. Louisiana doesn't have that good of Mexican food, I find. Now, they do have good Mexican food for Louisiana, but you travel places like New Mexico or Los Angeles, San Diego, Arizona, they got real good Mexican food. We good with Honduran food. Hondurans, they have so many people from Honduras that is here. They know how to cook, and their food is delicious too. Um, is Randolph still a thing in Golden Meadow? I don't think they have Randolphs anymore, to be honest. Um, oh, you grew up in Golden Meadow, right on, bro. We buy you brothers. Um, I I don't think Randolph's is still a thing. I know it was when I was in high school, but especially after the storm, I have no idea. I need to find out. It's a good question. So Bob Peck, you in Utah? They got mashed potatoes. That's a. I wanted to know like what are like each state their cuisines. You know, like Nebraska, it's got to be corn, right? But you'd imagine that they wouldn't just eat corn. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to eat something else, and they have to have some kind of cuisine that's separate from that. Um, and I have nothing against Creole, but I'm Cajun through and through. Well, Michelle, I hate to break it to you and to everybody else. It's the same thing. Um, Cajun and Creole cultures today. I'm gonna say this is gonna be not hypocritical. It's gonna be triggering to a lot of you because Cajuns and Creoles are the same thing. The food's different. That being the only thing that's different today. To be a Cajun means that you're already a Creole. Creole is a large umbrella, and Cajun is under that umbrella. Um, a lot of people don't like to hear that because they say, "No, I am definitely a motherfucking Cajun, and nobody's gonna tell me otherwise." However, it's false. Um, Cajun, and I know. Okay, he's talking about food. Correct. Tomatoes in the gumbo is a Creole thing. Yes, yes. And that's the only difference we have today between Cajun and Creole is that we put more seasoning as Cajun cookers put more seasonings, whereas Creole cooking has more tomatoes in it. Yes. Um, I'm from down the road. We're just different down here in Port Sulphur. Yeah, everybody's different, bro. But everybody's the same. It's great. Um, we're nearing an hour on this live, y'all. Um, we talked about a lot. I kind of went scatterbrain, to be honest with you. Just went kind of nuts talking about everything. But hell, we got all kind of stuff to talk about. Um, no little mystery. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you for liking the videos, the perspectives, the accent, and a lot of these videos. It's not my perspective. It's just history. It's the way it is. I don't really. I don't put my own personal bias or own personal feelings in these videos. It's just I don't get anything from putting my what I believe into these videos. It's just the way things are, the way things happened, the mindsets people had at the time doing things that they did, and you have to knock out all the bullshit and just tell people the way it actually happened. There's no point in sugarcoating things or leaving aspects out or just completely failing to get the point across. It's just you, you. I think that's what was the real detriment to Louisiana is that we were just sheltered from our own, who we are as people for the longest time. Yes, I've been to Fort St. Philip. I have Fort Jackson site as well, even though that's not. I don't think, especially after the storm. I went a long time ago. Uh, I love the forts. We need to keep these forts in place, especially like Fort Livingston on the island. Um, oh, my friend, y'all have Popeyes. Bob Peck from Utah has Popeyes, and that's the best food they got. I love it, Bob. That's awesome. And I'll be honest with you, Bob. Every Thanksgiving, I get and don't tell my mama, but I get the Popeyes Cajun rice every time. I like it more. It's just tastier in my opinion. I don't know why. Sometimes not when it's like all watery and gross. When it's just a dry, I don't know why I love it. My friend Erica Sheremy, shout out. You're gonna kill me for that, but she always makes fun of me because I get the Cajun rice from there. Um, and yeah, she hates the Cajun rice. See, I love the history you share. We're such an old country in so many ways. There's so much to educate people with. I think Louisiana is amazing. I think you're amazing, Little Mystery. That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely unique. Keep your eye out when we go do New England Dread. All the states up there. It's gonna be a good time. Okay, my TikTok friends, what y'all been up to? I see y'all been talking. What I'm sipping on, sipping on something called Penelope. My girl Penelope is keeping me company right now. I don't know if I should even be doing this on the live streams. YouTube's probably gonna send me a cease and desist letter. And you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say Brasmachu YouTube. Y'all know what that means. Mm. But yeah, I'm not a tomato in the gumbo fan. I do like tomato sauce. I don't like whole tomatoes. I don't like whole tomato chunks. I don't like whole tomato any of that. But tomato sauce, my mouth's watering just thinking of that. I love it so much. Um, Burris, Seaport. Hey, I gotta do a lot in Fouchon too, because not Fouchon doesn't necessarily have that as much history as we're thinking, but significance blows almost all of this out the water in terms of this. More than New Orleans, more than anything. 25% of the country's oil, the country's Earl, black gold, Texas tea. It's Louisiana tea. Sweet tea, baby. That right here controls 25% of the nation's oil. All right here. And my friend Captain Trip, you somewhere right here in the Gulf, right? Empire, Port Sulphur, right on. They got they got a large um, Croatian population in Buras too. That's something not many people know. A lot of Croatians, yeah, in Buras Empire. Um, a lot of Islanos, which my people are Islanos on my mother's side. They came from the coast of West Africa and the Canary Islands. My mama's people came out here, and they first came to Saint Bernard, and then they just crossed over and settled on Grand Isle. I'm going to be on a road trip there next year. Looking forward to seeing all the places you've shown. The French have and natives have touched so many of this country. I would love to know more Cajun. Well, you know what, Little Mystery, send me an email when you and whomever decide to come out. I'll do my best to give y'all a little guide, show y'all some cool, safe places to check out. And we'll be doing a lot more um, Cajun, Creole, whatever language videos. It's all the same, like I say, but language videos so y'all could learn more. Use the lingo when you hear it. Say, definitely when you want a po' boy, you say you want it dressed, unless you don't like tomatoes or something. But that means just put everything on it. But we'll do different videos like that so y'all can see. And I'm gonna do a lot of it on TikTok too. TikTok's cool because it's like quick, let's see. Cross my tuna fest. Cross my tuna fest. Yes, indeed. D's has good seafood in the middle of nowhere. That's the best kind of seafood. Comes into Loop, then pumped into Golden Meadow. About 20 east of the mouth of the river right now. Right on, bro. Cheers to that. Um, and that's honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all. The thing that got me most upset for Hurricane Ida. I'm gonna say this while we just have a little bit of people on, just into my personal life. On Bayou Lafourche and Terrebonne was completely destroyed, utterly destroyed for Hurricane Ida, right? And up until now, still there's people homeless down there, and we are supposed to live in the greatest country in the world. People down South Louisiana, should be living like the fucking Shah in Iran with all the oil we have here and all the power we can have. But yet, January, there was still elderly people living in tents on Baia Lafourche, and that's absolutely disgusting. That disgusts me to my core. And that's something that really got to me. And the world should know that. The world should know that the country failed to help these people. There's still people who are homeless and have difficulties. The insurance companies here need to be held accountable for not giving these people the shelter and the reliability that they were promised by paying these premiums for years, and still have to live in third less than third world conditions. A tent, people. I'm a tent. Elderly people were living on the ground because FEMA, because the federal government could not give them help after a monumental storm. But New Orleans was okay. So everyone forgot about this part while the oil was underneath their feet going and filling up the fucking cars everywhere else in the country. These people suffered while the rest of the people were going to work and paying their taxes. And yet these people who have not only contributed their livelihoods, but their culture, the culture of the people that live down here far surpasses any other place in the country. And to do that to these people made me sick and still makes me sick to my stomach. And there's always a fire that's going to be in there that's never going to be doused until some real change is enacted to help the people in Louisiana and to save the land, to save the people, and to save the culture. Whew. I am fired up. Cheers. Hmm. Let's see. I just went on a little rant. Sorry about that. They do exploration vids and people are staying in the jails. Yeah. Yeah, it's shit. Um, Louisiana keeps the country running. That's true. That's the truth. It ain't Texas. It ain't Florida. It's us. We keep the engines rolling. We keep your air condition running. We do all the good stuff down here. Thank you so much, Stinger. Stinger's giving me all the gifts. I feel spoiled. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for the gifts. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for y'all contributions. And thank y'all for listening to me talk and rant about all this stuff. And thank y'all for caring about the state. Really is my main thing. I thank y'all so much for caring enough about your culture and knowing how important it is and knowing that it needs to be saved and preserved. That's something that not many people know about in their own right. And if we don't promote it, if we don't share it, if we don't save it, it dies. And I'm not staying in Atlantis. We are going to keep going forever. And if acts of God threaten that or end that totally, we have acts of human nature that can, I'm sorry, acts of human beings that can preserve it. Technology, we can save it. Excuse me. Sorry, that was the whiskey. Um, yeah, it is terrible how things have been. The people of Lake Charles feel the same exact way. You damn right. Because guess what? They had it, and it's been even longer. Because Laura was a year before that. People of Lake Charles are the same way. You still driving and you see the blue roofs. That shouldn't happen. That should not happen. All of that should be finished before the year's over. Right when hurricane season ends, everything should be fixed back to normal. We have the capabilities to do it. We do. Um, yeah, it's sad. It's crazy. Um, it's still intense. Probably so. I haven't gone down every street down there, but I bet there's got to be some homeless people living down the bay in some aspect, one way, shape, or another. I know I saw some physically myself in March of this year. So, um, the only way I can see they didn't, if it wasn't for me getting my camper, my mama would be on the street right now. She didn't get her camper. She was in mine. So it's something that's not advertised. You don't see that on the news. You don't see people WWL coming down here saying, "Hey, it's been almost a year after Hurricane Ida, and there's still people that doesn't have a camp. That doesn't have a place to stay." You don't see that. It's always something bumfuck Latoya Cantrell did that she should be completely ousted by now. This woman needs to be gone out of the. And if y'all don't like what I say like that, sorry, not sorry. It's the truth. Latoya needs to go. She single handedly ruined one of the greatest cities in the country and the world. I see. Oh, it's got a lot of questions here tomorrow. Oh yeah, French speaker. Right on. Je te parle français. Ouais. We'll be back. Yes, indeed, Stinger. Love it. I do live down the bayou. Yes, I do. La Rose, La Rose, Louisiana, aka God's country. Um, but and that's a little tangent I went on. Sorry, but it's important. It's important that people know what's really going on down here because all people hear about is New Orleans. And granted, I mean, it's the biggest city in the area, but you want to experience real culture, Louisiana culture. You got to come to the bayou because you got Creoles that have been here since 1699. You know, you'll see real people. You see real people like my friend here says he's a 41-year-old Cajun. You see Cajun people. You see Creole people, even though it's the same thing. You see Homas, the Homas nations people. You see people from Pontchartrain natives. You see these people that their ancestry and their lineage and all their stories. It's so rich. It's so beautiful. Some of these people have stories. Yeah, I can't stand that woman either. Latoya Cantrell. She makes my blood pressure rise. Um, do you know what gives me the ultimate cringe when you see a restaurant outside of Louisiana and they claim it's Cajun? Like I'm not eating there. No way. No way. No. Any place, especially in California, there was a place. Uh, it was like spicy, juicy Cajun crawfish or something like that. I almost called the Better Business Bureau on those people for doing that false advertisement down there. No way. Offices in Galeana, park crew boats in the bayou. Big green and white crew boats. Right on, bro. Right on. I dig that. Yeah, man, we close. Bayou Brothers. Yeah. Well, welcome to the new people, Fever Roses. Welcome everybody here. Hello, hello, hello. Cheers to everybody who's been watching the live, hanging out with me. We're gonna be closing up real soon. I'm gonna go to bed. Um, but I hope you enjoyed the live. Yes, I am a little mystery. I'm not like I used to give tours all the time, but now I just do this full time. And I do give tours if people ask if they're coming down and they'd like, an accurate history telling. I definitely will try to make time for anybody who'd like to do that. Um, I'll do more of it, like the ghost stuff, come October, and yeah, I'm gonna try to do these live streams a little bit more as often as I can. I don't want to go this long though, and that was pretty damn long. But um, yeah, that wind for Ida hit 208 miles an hour in Galliano. They clocked in 208-mile-per-hour winds. That's crazy. That's nuts because it was definitely not reported that high. And I heard by way of a little pelican and a little seagull told me, a little gualon told me that they dumbed the numbers down so the insurance companies didn't have to shell out as much because if it's reported as a category 4 instead of a category 5, then they don't have to give out as much money. I don't know how true that is. I wouldn't put them past it, um, because a lot of these people are scumbags. But um, it's definitely. I believe my boy up here that says that that's what they measure in the crew boats. I believe all the people that are on the crew boats that say that because I mean they're on the boat and the boat, it sees all that. It's crazy how the lengths people will go to to just completely botch something to benefit the people down here purposefully. Derek, what's good, my friend? Cheers to you, my guy. Right here. Mm, right on. So, so will you be making any longer time wise spooky content on YouTube? Yes, yes, a lot. We're gonna make longer videos. That's the one thing that common thing that a lot of people have been asking to make longer videos, and that's what we're gonna do. I love to make the people happy, so we're gonna make longer scary content. We're gonna make longer history content. We're gonna make longer content in general. But I'm tired. I'm nice and tipsy with my Penelope, and I hope y'all had a good time with me tonight. Keep an eye out for the videos we post each week. Go watch the Tarpon Rodeo video I just posted. Tarpon Rodeo's very historical down here. And if y'all got some stories for Tarpon Rodeo or any rodeos, send it in the comment section. I'd love to read them. And every week, every Monday, we put out a new video. I'll put out next week's. I'll load that to Patreon on Sunday night and Monday morning. That's on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Yep, all those. But for now, I'll tell y'all goodbye. Just like I say, keep watching, keep sharing, keep being awesome. I love y'all so much. Peace out.